through agritourism. And it has grown to offer first-class guest experiences, retail shops, and a film production company. We work with many highly skilled women in our farming communities. Women play an important part in the success of a farming operation. And if they are forced to move to the cities to earn an additional income, it is said that the farm starts losing a part of its soul. Many have built beautiful artisanal brands that could be developed to create the income needed to remain on the farm. Through Karoo Ranching Productions, we look to help grow their brands by telling their stories and assisting them with their marketing and branding. The effect of this will be a healthier social structure in our agricultural communities. When you support a farmer's wife, you support a farmer.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, fellow speakers and guests. As with all good stories, mine started with a dream. I dreamt that I had 99 days left to live. It was a very vivid dream, one that I was simply not able to shake from my mind for months. At that stage, I was heavily invested in the corporate world, and leaving it must have seemed like madness to those on the outside. But I'm told that the best people have a touch of madness to boast about. The 99-day dream, more than anything, awoke me from the stupor that I was in, imagining and taking for granted that I had all the time in the world. I guess in a sense, it was a spiritual wake-up call, where the realization came that none of us are going to be here forever. We only have a set amount of time left. And one day, without knowing it, it will be our last 99 days. So I posed the question to myself, if I had 99 days left to live, what would I do with them? I come from a farming family that have been farming for 6 generations now. The answer to my question came very quickly. I wanted to go back farming. And it was upon this realization that I asked my parents if I could go and fix up Elandskloof, that had been farmed as an outpost for the past 40 years. They kindly agreed, and in 2014, I left the corporate world and started restoring Elandskloof to its former glory. Once again, as with every good story, there are many unforeseen trials and tribulations during this process, but those are stories for another day. So once I had spent all my hard-earned money fixing the place up, I needed to decide how I was going to make the money back again. And once again, the 99-day dream played an important part as to how Karoo Ranching was started. I decided that if I had 99 days left to live, I wanted to spend it on my horse, working cattle high up in the mountains. So the Karoo Ranching cattle drives were born. I also wanted to ride with freedom and enjoy the magical Karoo sunsets. So the Karoo Ranching horse safaris came into being. I wanted to create a space where healing could take place and where horses played an important part in this. So the Karoo Ranching equine therapy events became a sought-after thing. People wanted to take a reminder as part of their experience home with them. So the Karoo Ranching retail stores came into being, stocking the very best of South African-produced natural fibers and other South African products. And lastly, I wanted to showcase South African agriculture in a way that would be good for the brand of farming. So Karoo Ranching Productions was born. Together with my husband, Sean, and our incredible team, We host crew ranching events at Jyllandskloof. Here we proudly share with our guests the history, the beauty, and the magic of life on a working cattle farm in the Karoo. We do not have fancy accommodation with ensuite bathrooms. In fact, we pride ourselves in hosting our guests as authentically, with as much love and care as our forefathers did. Guests, in turn, cannot help but feel part of our family for a few days. I am of a strong belief that agritourism in South Africa is a hugely untapped and underdeveloped space that has the potential to deliver sizable income streams for those who are willing to put in the effort and be creative. In my opinion, very few people are harnessing the current trends where unique and enriching experiences are sought after by an audience that can afford them and want to put them on Instagram. Currently, when one thinks of agritourism, stereotypically, the thought that comes to mind is a farmer's wife turning an old building into a guest house or a padstal. But it is time to shift the paradigm and turn it on its head. It's time that a new generation of farmers' wives step up and reset those parameters. With the use of technology and the ability to reach audiences with minimal effort through social media platforms, there has been no better time to take advantage of a market that is not yet saturated. I do not have all the answers, but I can share with you what I have learned. Firstly, the money lies in creating authentic agricultural experiences, not just providing a bed to sleep in. Create experiences that you're proud and passionate about. Your energy will be infectious and more people will want to experience it. Secondly, when designing your itinerary, make enough time for activities, but also for rest. For yourself, for your guests, for yourself and your staff. Anything else will be unsustainable. Thirdly, invest in beautiful imagery and photography. In a world where attention spans are getting shorter and shorter, a beautiful picture has become worth 1,000,000 words. Fourthly, people love to take a little piece of a place away with them. It makes the memories last a little bit longer. So create a space where they can buy things from you that remind them of their time with you. In doing so, you would have built another income stream into your business model. Point number 5, collaborating with like-minded individuals and harnessing the power of the collective is the quickest and most powerful way to bring about big changes, especially on social media platforms. And lastly, it may take some time, and some might even think that you are crazy, but do it anyway. In closing, I would like in particular to encourage farmers' wives to look at agritourism with new eyes and see the potential for new income streams. You are a vital part of the agricultural fabric and one we simply cannot do without. The following video was made for you.
And on the 8th day, God looked down at his creation and said, I need someone that is strong, capable, and resilient. So God made a farmer's wife. He said, I need someone who can make a home in the middle of nowhere and fill it with love and be a soft landing for her family when the world bares its teeth at them. So God made a farmer's wife. He said, I need someone who will raise children with a good work ethic and a healthy dose of self-confidence. I need someone who can teach, love, and care for those around her and make their lives better. So God made a farmer's wife. He said, I need someone who can hold her own in the stock pens, build the confidence of a young colt, and gently care for a kid that has lost its mother. So God made a farmer's wife. He said, I need someone who can make a feast out of nothing when unexpected guests arrive and welcome them in like they are family. I need someone who will care for the land, grow food and feed her people. So God made a farmer's wife. He said, I need someone who can take the reins when her husband is no longer there and ensure that the right decisions are made for the next generation. So God made a farmer's wife. He said, I need someone who can endure financial difficulties, droughts, disease, and poor commodity prices, and who can quietly say, we will try again tomorrow. So God made a farmer's wife. I need someone who will work carefully with what she has, yet who never loses her sense of generosity and goodwill. So God made a farmer's wife. And one day, when her daughter grows up to be a farmer's wife, she will say, we are proud of you, my child. You are a farmer's wife.